Teach, understand. Hello, everybody. Hello. Um, Still working on this page 3 here, and actually, I'm going to soon stop and go work on Tarzan. In fact, I might even do a little Tarzan on this video, but look, I've only got a couple of panels left. And these are the beat tones that you can see on these first two panels, but on this third panel, this is, it's from the beat tones package, but it's actually called a shader or a dynamic shader, and it's pressure sensitive, so you can see I was able to get a bit of a gradient. I'm not that good at the tool yet, so it's kind of like duotone paper almost. So this is it without the pencil lines, and you can see as compared to this, you know, this is more like screen tone, and then this is a little bit more dynamic, I think. Just because it's pressure sensitive, it gets the dot gain as you throw in a little bit more pressure, which I think is pretty cool. And I also had a mistake that I think is so interesting that I left it in. You know, it's a little bit of a glitch down here. And I just thought, well, that's really interesting. Anyway, let's bring up my pencils. I'm using both. I'm actually using Rusty Nib Fountain Inker right now, and Micro Nib. I'm going to use the Fountain Inker. And then, oh, I really like the swing of it. It's got plenty of swing. See how it tapers like that? Very cool. And then, once I get done with my line work, I go in and throw the shades on. Let me make sure I'm in the right layer. I am. Now the back layer, okay, that would be the... In this panel, this whole sequence here is completely silent. Kind of just relying on our ability to convey the story without words. And I think I kind of pulled it off. I mean, I've got sneaking across, she lifts the glass thing, she's got the book, throwing the hood on, and then the feet leaving, right? That should tell the whole story. Previous page, I just want to explain my my philosophy of pages. Like each page individually should tell a story. Like if this were a daily cartoon or comic that you would read in a newspaper, not that it's a newspaper comic, but if it were, you could catch one episode and you could go, okay, I kind of understood what's going on there, and I was entertained by it. So in this case, this is the sequence that shows that the character has infiltrated the monastery. You can see that she's dressed like the other monks. She breaks off, she picks the lock, and she goes in. And you can see the sweat beads, so you know that she's not she's not being honest, right? So that is that's a complete beat. That's a single story beat. Like that. And it starts on the page and ends on the page. If you have a story beat that takes more than one page, all I can say is I guess you got to do them all at once, but I like to do them one per page. If I have something that takes too long to tell, I'll probably rethink how I'm telling it. I tend to think of story beats as an atomization of a complete moment that is integral to the story. So if we were to retell this story, the first sentence would be, long ago and far away, which is my first page. That's just the establishing shot. Actually, I could go through the whole thing. The first page would be the establishing shot, 10 years ago, Temple of Eternal Prosperity. That's a whole beat. Tells us where everything's going on. Second thing is the infiltration scene. That's a whole beat. And then the last one, we have the theft. We have the heist. And that's a whole beat. Even if you have like a larger thing, let's say have like a fight scene or something that's going to take like 6 pages, fight scenes can be broken down into beats as well, because otherwise they're really boring. You got to have different things going on. So each part of the fight. And if you think about, I kind of figured this out, or I got this idea anyways. Let's call it a crazy theory. From Toriyama's Dragon Ball manga. Not the cartoon. I never really watched the cartoon. But I got the manga earlier this year when I was working on Brillig. And I realized, well, here's the perfect example of basically, I don't know if you've ever read the Dragon Ball manga or even seen the Dragon Ball anime, because I'm sure it's similar. Um, it's like one, I'm going to exaggerate here and say it's one big fight scene for volumes. And when I say I'm exaggerating, I say, okay, fine. It's 2 big fight scenes. Like there's one fight scene. This is for Dragon Ball Z anyways. There's one big fight scene with Vegeta on Earth. I think it's Earth. And then Vegeta is beaten. Goku is killed, by the way, and Goku has to go all the way to the underworld and come back. And then Goku comes back, and then they have another fight scene with the next generation, with Frieza on the I can't remember the name of the character. The alien character, Piccolo's planet. And like just those 2 fight scenes are like 7 volumes. And these are full size 200-page volumes, so it's like 1,200 pages. It's ridiculous. Anyways, that panel did not take much, did it? Ain't much to it. All right, let's see if we can get them. As long as we're on a roll, these are easy panels. But you never felt like it was boring because the fight is broken up into beats, and sometimes it's about their, they're considering their options, they're hiding, or they're running and hiding, or they're recovering. They have these healing fruits that they are rationing out. They have the ability to contact the dragon with the Dragon Ball. She has these kind of. I don't think I showed them. Oh, you know what? She doesn't have. I thought she had the foot wraps on, but I guess she doesn't really. Maybe that's something I had left over from the Beast Rangers. I want to go quickly as well, at least on the contour stage. All right, let's take a look. Now, what's missing? I think there's definitely something missing. There's backgrounds missing. I've been watching a lot of shorts compilations. I had a short that took off and did pretty well last night, so I got a bunch of new followers from it. It was a picture of well, it's just a kind of a picture of a female superhero, but I had the idea that it would be Danny Garrett, which would be like Dan Garrett was the original Blue Beetle. So this would be Danny Garrett, who would be like the new Blue Beetle who can play at that game, right? I could make up new Blue Beetles too. And my version would be based on the first one, which had he wore chainmail, and he was kind of like Superman. He had super strength, I think. I have to go back and see what they had in the archives there. Okay. Curtains back here. I think with this panel, I think we're going to leave this one plain, but we might throw some tones in there. I don't know if I'm going too crazy with the tones or what. I might, maybe I should dial it back. Truth is, I really enjoy them and they look good. All right. What's the significance of the feet running away? Well, that shows that she escaped. Now, all right. Oops. I don't know what else is going on in the world of art right now. What do people want to argue over? So many different things. One of the guys that I like to watch from time to time is Mohammed Agbadi. Agbadi, I think. Like he's a Twitter. I don't know. I think he's a Twitter artist. Um, he like knows all the like he's on top of all the different dramatic happenings on Twitter art where people are copying, stealing. Fix my art trend. I fixed your shit for you, and they'll take the art and like if the character is too attractive or too white, they'll change it into like an attractive person. I don't know. Oh, it's funny. I have to believe that that's trolling. I think that Like a lot of the art fixing is you know, somebody's having a laugh, like somebody is really pranking people. Or maybe it is, really like really crazy people. I had a crazy experience the other day. I was at the convenience store to get some gas and some sody pop, and a girl had just been caught shoplifting, like pretty much as I arrived. She got caught like shoplifting some Reese's eggs that were like remaindered over from Easter, so that was like a Reese's piece in the shape of an egg or something like that. And they were on discount. They were 50 cents each. They weren't even that expensive. Um, and she was just screaming at the guy the guy that worked there, and calling him all kinds of names and saying she was going to get him fired and all kinds of stuff. It was really crazy. And that's how you can tell that I'm a Gen Z or I'm not from a millennial or you know I'm a Gen Xer, not a Gen Zer. Because if I were, I probably would have like whipped out my phone and filmed it to entertain you all. But that's not what I do. All right. No offense, Gen Zers. Y'all are crazy. All right. I'm looking at this. Oh, the carpet has like a big holy symbol that I didn't quite catch it. That the arc here. See the holy symbol over here? So I can kind of. I wonder if I can use some of that stippling brush. I don't know if I've ever used it. Stipple Studio. Like, what if I used it really big? Oh, I see. It gets bigger, it's smaller. It works. So I wonder if there's like one that's like more like a carpet, which would be like a kind of a dash. These are like dense fills. It wouldn't be like that. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. How about Chromograph, Stipple Studio? There's our liners. I'm gonna use this grainy dot shader or the rough dot shader. How about the rough one? All right, let's do it. We're gonna go into the tones layer. With this one, I just want to go around in a circle. Oof, I don't like it. It's important to get it all in one go, um, because otherwise the dots get out of alignment. I don't know, can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. I'm looking at my monitor. I don't know if I like the look of this or what. I'm erasing a little bit at a time just in case I have to go back and peel it back off. I won't run into undue issues. I don't know if I like it. All right, instead, let's switch back to the tones. Let's give that a try. B-Tones Classic, Clean Dot. I guess I got a choice of Clean Dot, Rough Dot, Combo Dot. Oh, and I have them tilted slightly. Grainy Dot. And then I even got lines. Like, let's say we did a. Where's the diagonal? This would be the duotone line. Right? And it's pretty cool because I never could do it before, but now I think I'm just gonna. I don't want it to look so messy. I was looking at and no shade to this guy. I really like his stuff. Marty Keene's Steel Streets. He uses a lot of tones, like, and sometimes it gets a little bit heavy for me. There we go. We can be kind of subtle about it. Why not? I realize it's a nice contrast between the two. All right, same deal here. Now I'm looking at the lines. I want to do. This is how you darken it up. So without going too crazy. All right, I think we got it. I even like the dots that ended up on the inside of his cape. Her cape, Philora. I think I want to do some dots. More dots. More dots. Just a little bit down here. You know what I'm going to do? Let's get back that stippling brush. Hang on. Stipple Studio, you know. All right, I think we've achieved Nirvana. What do you think? We've told the story. Page 3 of the Book of Ruin is ready to go. I think we're good. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna be doing some Tarzan. I won't film that, I guess. Well, I guess I could. I'll show you a little bit about Tarzan just because we have a couple of more minutes. Whoops. Tarzan. Definitely check out. By the way, follow Jake Hart Corner. Jacob Moore. Come on, man. What's going on? There we go. Follow, follow him on YouTube. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add another layer. This layer is gonna be a blowout layer. We're gonna drop it down to about half. This one does not do tones. There's no tones in this. Um, they're coming down the stairs into the Skull Temple, and at this point, there should be chanting. And then in the final panel, you can see. I don't know if you can see it. This is they're about to sacrifice. Uh, what's her name again? Amani, which is Nala's sister, to open up this magical portal back to whatever world they're really from. And after this page, there's a big battle scene. So the story beat here is the exploration of the temple. If you look at the page before, that's not the page before. Hang on. This is the story page before is we have a flashback explaining who the bad guys are, but then suddenly the storm picks up and Nala says the ritual has begun. That's the whole beat. So we had the whole point of this page is to introduce the backstory and to kick us into the next beat right there. And so it starts right out. They're already in the temple. So that's kind of our Scott McCloud. What happened between the panels right there. Also, I did this trick right here. I learned this from Evan Hill. I love this trick. I hand drew the S here to be like a special initial caps. All right, here's my problem. I want them to hear the chanting and the drums. And let me make sure I'm on the right layer. It's there. Okay. So, Fountain Nigger. No, Fountain Bleeder, Fountain Inker. I'm going to go for that one. I want to have drums. Pum, pum, pum. And, all right, I'm going to reduce the ink layer down. I could just remove it. Get back on my layer. Get back on my layer, bro. All right, here we go. And we're putting a lot of faith in our, like the width of the brush that I used. In this case, it's a big bleedy fountain inker. And these are the sounds of drums, right? Actually, I don't like my M. I'll do my M over. So here the sound of drums. And she's actually gonna have a line that says, I hear their drums. There's gonna have to be some drums down here in this last thing too. Drums and chanting. All right. So we've done this lettering, but that's not the lettering we're gonna keep. We're gonna that's our it's basically we're using the outlines there. This is the lettering we're going to keep. And we're going to do it with, I'm going to do it with a technical pen. There it is right there. And so I'm just going to outline what I got. And see how much nicer it makes your lettering. It's hard to do lettering good, and I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm not. In fact, I'm looking at this and I want to fix that line right there. This kind of big bubble lettering is Alex Toth used to use it. Much nicer than mine. And then if you look at Dark Knight Returns with Frank Miller, like excellent use of the big bubble lettering. And our ink lines have given us like a strong guideline that we can basically just outline. And then how will this stand out? Well, easy enough. I just let it with white. Easy enough. Almost makes me want to erase. Wouldn't that be cool? I could do it like between here. Let me fix that one up. One thing you don't want to do is what everyone uses is the exact same superhero sound effect font. Literally everyone uses it. I've got it too. I think it's called Blam. It's from Blambot. I think it is. If I were to add text, it's called Bada Boom. Don't do that. Bada Boom looks terrible. All right, here we go. Bring back my inker mode. Drop my layer 11. And actually, I could drop my pencils layer and then check it out. I've got nice sound effects coming across. Right? I don't know if you can see those. Pum, 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 pum. Drums. But we need to give her a line, too. Let's give her a line. She's going to be saying Tarzan, the drums. 14. I think it's 14. And then 6. And I've actually made a mistake. He's saying suit yourself. Let's put it over here. And let's take suit yourself and put it higher to the left. We want them to read the captions in the correct order. So in this case, we have a bubble. And we can move that bubble. We have to edit it. We have to get rid of that. Let's fix it. The reason this works is because the bubble layer is underneath the lettering layer, so we can move our bubbles all around. And we can resize them. Whoops. Speaking of which, the drums, I wanted them to be reminiscent of like the Jumanji drums. Uh-oh. See, that didn't work, but it's because the lettering was on the wrong side of the bubbles layer. Now it's fixed. Tarzan, the drums, pum, 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 pum. I hear them, yes. He's going to say, yes, I hear them too. How about that? Add text. Uh, for some reason, it doesn't give me the full-size keyboard sometimes, and I don't know why. But we're going to resize 14s. We're going to bring it down a layer. Whoops. Select all, fix the leading. I like a leading of 6 on this font. And then same deal. Gotta make a bubble. All right. All right, let me look at my pom-pom layer. I want it to overlay into the black a little bit more. That looks like it works. All right. Okay. I think we've been drawing for a good long 40 minutes or so. Please like, follow, and subscribe. There will be more Tarzan, more Book of Ruin. This is a 2-for-1. A 2-for-1 special, if you will. And I'll have more every day, every single day. Every single stinking day, we will always have even more stuff. I'm going to do more stippling. Look at this. I can make stipples on the walls. Oh yeah, that looks good on the rock. All right. All right. Talk to you later.